Let me set up this week's vlog because it's a little bit different, or a lot like the vlogs I was doing last year, which were a mix of camera practice and just home movies. And actually the kinds of vlogs I really like making. Where I struggle with them is it feels like each day's entry is often disconnected from the next. So I figured this week, let me try to talk through each of the entries. Coming off last week's vlog where I talked about wanting to develop this habit of keeping a notebook, the thing I felt like I fell short at was the memory piece of keeping a notebook and the home movie piece of the vlog. A goal I had for this week is to be capturing more home movies in the vlog, which was helpful because Sunday we drove up to LA to watch the Super Bowl with my family, and there wasn't really going to be an opportunity for me to do much of anything else for the vlog other than just get some, I guess, candid shots and stitch them together. Monday was a work day. The thing I struggle with when it comes to vlogging on work days is so much of my work is just sitting at the desk, either writing articles, writing emails, on Zoom calls, or editing videos. But this Monday, one thing I needed to do was to film like a mock-up ad for a work video that I was doing. And the idea I had for that was to have it be a 3D animated ad. So what I needed to do was shoot myself acting out the parts, edit that together, and then bring that into a software called Wonder Studio, which would convert that live action footage into a 3D animated scene that then I could bring into Blender and put into a scene that I designed myself using assets from Kitbash 3D. That's what I did. Tuesday was another work day and a heavy meeting and writing day, but it was also a day in which I started feeling sick. So instead of really vlogging at all that day, I figured I would just play the animation that I had made the day before and talk over what I thought about it. For yesterday's entry, I showed the behind the scenes of making this little 3D animation. So today I figured I'd talk about the camera choices. I set just about all the virtual cameras to a longer focal lens, like 70 to 90 oftentimes. And then I also set the depth of field to 2.8 to blur out the backgrounds and really set focus. And then I did a little bit of camera movement at times, like in this shot where I'm tracking the camera to the character's head, just to create a bit more energy in the shot. Honestly, most of my shots are pretty basic, but hopefully that helps to not distract the viewer away from the actual story. Wednesday. Again, I was sick. I was sick enough that I actually took the day off from work. I'm not about to vlog myself being sick. I wouldn't want to really watch anyone else be sick on a vlog. But by the end of the day, I was feeling a little bit better. I also had my 35mm lens back, which is what I'm shooting on now. And so I wanted to play around with that. So one of my favorite kinds of practices to do is just to film a little sequence of me doing some mundane everyday task, like in this case, making tea. And I was actually really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really good. And I was really glad to have this lens back, and it reminded me why I love this lens so much. Thursday, I think because of the tea making sequence that I had shot on Wednesday, I really just wanted to do a home movie again. Also, it was a work day. It was a heavy work day because I needed to finish a work video. And since I had taken Wednesday off, it just compressed a lot of time into that video, into working on that video. And I didn't really feel like vlogging any of that work because I didn't feel like I had the time. I didn't want to risk losing time to vlog, set up the camera and all of that when I needed to get this video done. So once I was on the other side of all of that, I was really looking forward to just having a low-key night at home with Andrea and the cats. And so I busted out the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and just figured, let me just get a bunch of shots of the four of us hanging out, and I'll see what I can make of it after the fact. Again, going back to the goal for this week's vlog being really just make some home movies. This is a home movie. Cat already knows I got that adult one.
Yep. That's probably why she's been standing in that spot the whole time.
Oh yeah, she's like guarding it. I need to like feed one of them on this, but if I feed them on this,
don't worry, I'm really good at
then they slide it and knock it off like Buddy did last time.
Oh yeah. A chance at matching with Ryan Gosling on Tinder than finding a good book.
She's like, wait a minute.
Guys, one
Do I
woman
smell
kissed me inappropriately on the mouth.
Oh.
Not so fast.
But you
Hot
really
quiz
hot
later.
As long as it's from actual fish and not overheating outlets.
True. What time do you want to lay on?
After the entrance of
8?
Edgar.
8?
Sure.
Put your cell phones away or I will cut your thumbs off.
Friday was kind of a perfect bookend to the week, to the vlog. I really liked what I shot on Sunday, or like how the clips from Sunday came together. Friday, I may have liked even more. And so I took a similar approach to Friday. Let me just have the Osmo on me, and it's Valentine's Day, so I'm just gonna get shots of me and Andrea and the cats spending Valentine's Day together. Andrea had work, I had work too, and so that was helpful in a way because then there was only so much of the day to really shoot within that, I guess, framing device of spending Valentine's Day with Andrea and the cats. And yeah, again, like this is a perfect example of what I always want to be part of the vlog, this home movie feel. Valentine's Day.
I'm so surprised. Do you want a card too? A Valentine's Day card? More information is needed. For what? You want to see your cute son?
I guess so. I'm not even sure what that tastes like. Just more, I don't, when I put it in my mouth and chew, I don't like the texture.
Oh. It's not even al dente, it's done.
That was the vlog for the week, and I really like how a lot of it came out. If anything, the 2 entries I care less for are the behind the scenes of me making the 3D animation and then the 3D animation itself. And I think that's because those 2 felt like they lacked heart, or kind of lacked, it just didn't feel like there was much life to those 2 entries, which I think is fine. Obviously, since I'm talking about them in this way, it's not fine. I think this is where I struggle most with the vlog, is figuring out how much I want the vlog to be documenting me making videos, as opposed to the rest of the week where it was just about me making videos. And the vlog was just showing the result of that. It's like if the tea making sequence, I had shot a behind the scenes of me positioning the camera and all of that and talking about like why I was doing whatever shots. I like watching those videos when other people make them. I find them really helpful, but for me, I just don't really have much of an interest in making that kind of video myself. I have way more of an interest in making the home movies that I had made the other days, or the little tea making sequence itself. I like watching that kind of thing. There's like a ASMR kind of quality to it. So on the whole, I'm pretty happy with how this week's vlog turned out. I think one of the things I wish I had done with this vlog was to use it to incorporate more elements of magical realism. One, because then that would have given me more opportunity to be playing around with Blender or visual effects and After Effects, or even just drawing, because I want to get better at those things. And then 2, I feel like that would just bring a whole other vibe to these videos, to these vlogs. So I think that's something I want to mess around with this week. I just haven't figured out how to strike a balance between the home movie feel with incorporating animations and visual effects. Like what that right balance is between magical realism so that the visual effects or the animations don't take away the feeling of the vlog. Because I think more than anything else, I want these vlogs to capture a feeling as well as to create a feeling. I just need to figure out how to do that. So we'll see. Thanks for watching.